Hello and welcome to Spy Math. This is Mr. Spy, and this will be August 2018's Geometry Regents, questions 9 through 16. Question 9. The diagram below of triangle HAR and triangle NTY, angles H and N are right angles, and triangle HAR is similar to triangle NTY. AR is 13 units and HR is 12 units. What's the measure of angle Y? So the triangles are similar. Put one triangle's name above the other to match up the sides. So HR goes with NY. So these two sides are similar. So HR and NY are similar. And AR is similar to TY. Use that information, we can set up a trigonometric proportion. So we want to find the measure of angle Y. The measure of angle Y matches with the measure of angle R. So the measure of angle Y must be equal to the measure of angle R, because they are similar triangles. So they have to have congruent angles. So that would be, since we have the adjacent side and the hypotenuse, that would be cosine. And we're looking for the angles, we use the inverse cosine. So the inverse cosine of 12 over 13 is approximately 22.6 degrees or 25 degrees. Choice number 2. On to question number 10. Down below, segment AKS, NKC, segment AN, and segment SC are drawn such that segment AN is congruent to segment SC. Which additional statement is sufficient to prove that triangle KN is congruent to KSC by angle sides? Let's see what we know. We know angle NKA is congruent to SKC by vertical angles. Okay, we also, it's given that AN, same as SC, so we have an angle and a side. We need another angle either in between or before. So if we have AS, segment AS and NC by each other, we get more segments. We don't need that. K is the midpoint of NC. We get more segments. We don't need that. AS is perpendicular to CN. That would give us an angle outside, or the vertical angles, which is not an extra piece of information. But if AN is parallel to SC, then we have an angle A. It's congruent to angle S, the alternate interior angles, making angle, side, congruent to angle, put the angle in the wrong place. Angle, side, angle, side. So angle, side to angle, side, making it congruent by choice number 4. And on to question number 11. Which equation represents a line that's perpendicular represented by y equals 2/3 x plus 1? So if our original slope is 2/3, that means our perpendicular slope has to be a negative reciprocal, which would be -3 over 2. So it can't be choice 3 or 4. Choice 1 and 2, we have to rearrange them for y. So 3x plus 2y equals 12. Bring the 3x over, you get 2y equals -3x plus 12. Divide by 2. Get y equals -3/2 x plus 6. It has our desired slope of -3/2. So it's choice number 1. On to question number 12. Diagram below, triangle ABC below, points D and E are on sides segment AB and segment CB respectively, such that segment DE is parallel to segment AC. So DE is parallel to AC. Let's mark it off. If EB is 3 more than DB, so if we call DB X, EB is 3 more, so it's X plus 3. And if AB is 14. And CB is 21. What's the length of AD? Well, let's compare them. Part x over whole 14 equals part x plus 3 over whole 21. Cross multiply. 21x equals 14x plus 14 times 3. You got to distribute that 14, which is 42. Solve for x. So you subtract 14x on both sides. You get 14 7x equals 42. So x equals 6, which is the length of DB. We want the length of AD, which is 14. So 14, take away the 6 we have, is 8. Choice number 2, which is our length. So DB, AD equals 8. Okay, on to question 13. Quadrilateral MATH has both pairs of opposite sides congruent and parallel. Which segment about the quadrilateral MATH is always true? So opposite sides are congruent and parallel, so this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So in a parallelogram, the diagonals are not always congruent. The diagonals are not always perpendicular. But if you draw it carefully, MATH, opposite angles are congruent. So angle M is the same as angle T. Angle A is the same as angle H. So angle MAT is congruent to angle MHT, which is choice 4. It's the correct answer. Question 14. The diagram shown below, quadrilateral TAEO is circumscribed around circle D. The midpoint of TA is R, and segment HO is congruent to segment PE. If 8P equals 10, that means since these are tangents, RA is also 10. And since R is midpoint, RT is 10, and TH is 10. EO is 6, Z is a midpoint, making OZ 6 and EZ 6. And since these are tangents, P is also 6, HO is also 6. Remember, tangents are congruent. That's the whole point of this question. Find the perimeter, so you add 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So the perimeter will equal 4 times 10 plus 4 times 6, or 40 plus 24, which is a total of 64 units. The question 15. The coordinates of the endpoints of directed line segment ABC are A, negative 8, 7, C, 7, negative 13. If A, B to BC is 3 to 2, the coordinates of B are. I like to do this the following way. Set up the ratio as 3 to the whole. So 3 over 3 plus 2, which is 5, is our ratio. You start off with the distance from A to C. So 7, take away negative 8 is 15. Multiply that by the ratio. Okay, do 15 times 3/5, which is 9. 15 times 3/5 is 9. Now you add that 9 to your starting value, which is negative 8, and you get 1 as your x value, which is choice number 1. Just to confirm for the y value, do y, do the same thing, the distance, negative 13, take away 7, which is negative 20. Multiply that by 3/5. Negative 20 times 3/5 is negative 12. Add that to the 7, the starting value, get negative 5. There are many different ways to do question 15. This is the way I show my students, this is the way I prefer to do it, but if you like using a different method, you can. The answer was choice 1. Final up in this video. Question 16. In triangle ABC, points D and E are on sides AB and BC respectively, such that segment DE is parallel to segment AC, and AD is in ratio to DB 3 to 5. So set the ratio where this is 3x, this is 5x. Anytime you ratio, you just call a ratio like this. DB is 6.3, so 5x equals 6.3. And AC is 9.4. What's the length of DE? The nearest tenth. Now we do part the whole. So 5x to DE, or 6.3 is the DE. If you want to find, we'll call that Y. So we have already another X being used somewhere else. Okay. 6.3 Y equals the whole length, which is going to be 8x. So 6.3 divided by 5 is 1.26 to get the value of x. So x equals 1.26. So 8x, 8 times 1.26. (1.26 times 8 is 10.08. So it's 10.08 divided by the length of AC is 9.4. Cross multiply. 9.4 times 6.3. Let's get it darker so I could really emphasize that decimal. So 9.4 times 6.3 is 59.22. So 10.08 Y equals 59.22. Divide both sides by 10.08. So Y is approximately 5.875 or 5.9 units. Choice number 3. If you like this video, please hit like below. This is Spy Math, brought to you by Mrs. Spy, signing off.